Yeah, it looks like you got you a good little colony of bees there. I don't know. I don't know how big that colony is. All right, so we peeled back the tin, and there's quite a lot of termite damage in here where the bees are going in and out. So we're not going to be able to put these boards back. What do you got, Andrew? Give me some narration.
All right, so we've removed the first few boards. We've exposed the main brood nest. Down here you have capped brood. These are baby worker bees. You can see a few bullet-shaped cells. Those are going to be drones. We've got nectar being stored here right next to the babies, and you can actually see some small larvae in the cells up top. This covered area up top is covered honey, capped honey. That's ready for storage for later use. And a whole lot of bees.
Smile for the camera. All right, so we have put the queen in a clip and put her in the bottom of this box. We've got all the comb cut out and joined into these boxes, and now we're letting the bees march into that box. We've got a lot of ticked off bees. How many times you been stung, Andrew? Andrew's got one sting, I got none. What a mess. I think it's lunchtime. All right, we're over here at Angry Elf Apiary with Andrew Helpsley, and we're gonna give these Bull Road abandoned shed bees a happy home. Look at that. We got brood and bees. They're already repairing damage. All right, go to it, Andrew.
Still not happy with us.
No. It'll be a few days before happiness, true happiness, sets in with these
Got a
bees.
loose rubber band already.
It's okay. Okay.
They will actually chew through these and pull them out the front.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Bring the food. Look, see how they're festooning on the bottom? They're ready to draw comb. You put the sugar water to them and they'll have the energy they need to repair all the damage. You will be amazed at what they do to this comb. Andrew did a really good job of rubber banding. Look at that. Look at the chain gang, as I like to call it right there. I love it. Really, really cool piece of nature there. And they're all, that's the queen clip down there in the bottom. The queen is in that. And we want to make sure we let you
There's some good festooning.
look at
right
the
there.
festooning on that. Incredible. Yep, here's some festooning bees. Look at that. Fantastic. And see the gaps here? Andrew's going to go in here in 2 weeks and they're going to have the gaps filled, and they're going to be removing the scaffolding that we put in there, which is the, let's see if we can, don't shake it, let's see if we can slide the bees off that.
She's trying to come out the top. Here she goes. Down into the brood frames.
So here's what remains of after that cutout. But here's what I think is interesting. Look at how well they had propolised between the boards. And look how slick the board looks at the top, slick and clean. And then compare that to down here where there were no bees. Just dirt, termite trails. But up here, the bees had kept it clean. And look at how this is slick with propolis. It smells clean, smells like honey. They had propolized. Look at that. It almost looks like it's varnished where the bees were. All right, we got the Bull Road Shed bees here after 1 week. Almost, yeah, 1 week exactly.
1 week tomorrow.
Some of my best bees come from over here. All right. They haven't connected up top yet.
They've glued it to the bottom some.
Yeah.
A little
Give
bit.
Give them time. We're not going to push them too hard. Looking for mama.
They still got a little bit of cap brood over here, assuming they just hadn't cleaned out the dead bodies yet.
I don't think we had it too far away from warmth long enough that there's going to be a whole lot of dead on account of cutout. There's still 11 on that brood. So.
No, it was a pretty good day for that.
It was a fantastic day, actually. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, they'll have some of this stuff chopped out. This one, I think
rubber
they've
band.
made better progress. Look at there. See how that's attached up top, just like it was made into that frame. Wow, cool. Really cool.
Got a hatching baby bee over here, so yeah, she would have been pupa when we cut them out. So
yeah, she came along for the ride in her crib. That's so cool. I love to see how they just attach that stuff. They've just bridged it. That's pretty. They'll probably never fill all the holes because you see these natural hives, they just have pass-through holes wherever they please.
Well, and any of it that's problematic, that keeps tearing apart when I open the hive, I'll end up switching that frame out and give them a fresh frame comb.
Look at attached right up top. Oh, I saw a queen for a second. Where did she go? See any eggs or young brood?
I see a drone hatching over here. I see what looks like right here. I think there's some larvae in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See a few larvae right there.
Eggs that she laid the minute we got over here.
Good looking repair work up top there to attach it to the top. They didn't waste any time on
Band to both frames.
plenty of bees in here.
Got some cap brood over here. Got a couple guys running around with pollen, or ladies running around with pollen on their legs.
Probably I will never find the queen, and then I'll go review the video and be like, whoop, there she is. Why didn't I focus there? A lot of bees. Ooh, I just saw you want to do the waggle dance. Let's see if she does that again. Here, take a look at that side.
This looks like resources.
I'm looking, but I'm not finding her.
I wouldn't expect to see her over here. This
It's
is
just so many bees.
my side's all nectar.
Kind of leaning towards your, give them another box. Because there's so many bees in here, it's like, where's she going to lay?
Every frame we've pulled out has had bees on it. I think I need to quit feeding them. They've got plenty of nectar in here. Now these other tubes will be empty frames that I provided. Well, one will be empty, one will have had resources on it. It would have been
If they've drawn comb,
a
then empty.
honey frame. Well, empty as in the comb was empty. It was it was leftover honey from last year from one of the dead owls.
Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if they haven't cleared that out and she's laden. I see that it's a clean looking frame. And I also see bees with pollen over here. I think there's going to be eggs right here, but I can't see it for the light.
I've got eggs over here. You've got eggs up in here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Little eggs, little. Eggs, little white.
And here she is, right here. Fat bottom girls,
Yeah, she's pretty. This is the best queen video I might have ever taken. Wow, Andrew. What a queen. I'm jealous I had to give you these bees.